We're looking at the funders of a lot of these groups, and you know, when you see the signs, and they're all beautiful signs made professionally. These aren't your protesters that make the sign in their basement late in the evening because they really believe it. These are anarchists and agitators, professional anarchists and agitators, and they get hired by wealthy people.
The first order, the first responsibility, I should say, of the President of the United States is to maintain order. We're not politicizing Portland or Memphis or Washington, D.C., and we need to move into Chicago. All my friends in Chicago tell me that it is the murder capital of the world. The president has to move aggressively to preserve order. It's actually his constitutional responsibility.
That's right. It's not a right. The gloves are clearly coming off. Trump designated Antifa a terror organization, which it is. People go, you're against police states. No. The definition of terrorism is threatening violence or executing violence to intimidate people for a political, cultural, or economic purpose. They are literally saying we're hurting and killing people. They just shot up an ICE facility. They thought the van wouldn't have illegals in it. That's why they killed them, then killed themselves. Now we have this video breaking. Rioters are now screaming, shoot ICE and shoot the effers as agents outside ICE's Broadview facility near Chicago. Why aren't they being arrested? Send in the troops, Mr. President, says Nick Sordor. I want to play that. I want to play Trump signing the Countering Domestic Terrorism and Organized Political Violence. Now, people are like, you're the expert of the police state. You suddenly support it. No, we have these lawful powers when there's real terror. Have you looked around? The Muslims just shot a bunch of people at a baseball stadium and celebrated it. In Texas, I mean, it's every day, people. And you're not Roger Stone or Alex Jones. I'm not bitching at people. I'm just saying, you know what it's like to be me? When I saw or Congressman Scalise or Rand Paul had his ribs broken, we go on for hours. But when we get hurt, we don't make a big thing about it. The point is, it's exponential, people. The war is here. Here's the clip.
Arrest ICE! Arrest ICE! Arrest ICE! Arrest ICE! Shoot ICE! Shoot ICE! Shoot the fuckers! Shoot the fuckers!
Literally inciting murder. That's terrorism.
Lastly, sir, this is a presidential memorandum on countering domestic terrorism and organized political violence. In recent weeks, months, and years, we've seen a tremendous upsurge in some highly visible but also other acts of domestic terrorism and organized political violence being perpetrated by radical, politically motivated groups all over the country. What this presidential memorandum will do is set off an administration-wide response to that, ranging from the Joint Terrorism Task Forces to other components of the Department of Justice, to the Department of Homeland Security, the Department of Treasury. We're looking at interdicting these groups, preventing them from performing acts of violence, and also looking at sources of organization and funding and support that prop them up and allow them to do the acts that they have been doing.
We're looking at the funders of a lot of these groups, and you know, when you see the signs, and they're all beautiful signs made professionally. These aren't your protesters that make the sign in their basement late in the evening because they really believe it. These are anarchists and agitators, professional anarchists and agitators, and they get hired by wealthy people, some of whom I know, I guess, you know, I probably know them. And you wouldn't know it. You're at dinner with them, everything's nice, and then you find out that they funded millions of dollars to these lunatics.
And the DOJ has now officially launched a criminal investigation into Soros. Here's my frustration. I'm going to say it again. And I know I can get it to the president, but Roger, you even better. This particular document we broke 10 years ago was Obama's plan. We got documents out of Maryland, but it was everywhere, to trigger uprisings by Antifa to try to get cops to kill blacks to create a racial uprising so Obama could throw the election for Hillary. It's the group in here run by Alexander Soros. So, and it's how to attack, how to try to manipulate the blacks, how much violence they can engage in, maps of what to burn. And this is one of their officers. Okay. So, and this all came out. Friends of Democracy. So, I mean, this is, I know I keep harping on this, Roger. I guess I need to go back and brief the DOJ on this. I was quite frankly like, why am I briefing on my problems? I mean, this is smoking gun, Roger. So I just hope Trump can understand we have the smoking guns, Roger Stone.
Well, the gentleman you saw speaking in that clip at the White House was Will Scharf, one of the president's lawyers. Very, very sharp, young conservative, excellent lawyer. doing a great job for the president. Stephen Miller has laid this out. They get it. They get it totally. The correct response to the brutal political assassination of Charlie Kirk is not censorship. It's a combination of prayer, but more importantly, to move now aggressively to shut down the funding and organization of these terrorist networks that are causing mayhem. They're causing violence. They're causing death. And the first order, the first responsibility, I should say, of the President of the United States is to maintain order. We're not politicizing Portland or Memphis or Washington, D.C., and we need to move into Chicago. All my friends in Chicago tell me that it is the murder capital of the world. The president has to move aggressively to preserve order. It's actually his constitutional responsibility.
That's right. It's not a right. It's a duty. And Roger, that video we just played from today, I remember 30, 40 videos going back months, even in L.A., where that's the chant is kill ICE, and they walk over and go, bam, bam, you're going to be dead soon. And now every couple of days they're shooting up an ICE facility. And the Muslims are shooting up baseball games. I mean, and imagine if that was conservative did that. You never hear the end of it. We don't do that. But it's literally leftist and Islamic alliance violence is really accelerating, Roger.
You're absolutely right. Look, the entire atmosphere has changed in the wake of Charlie Kirk's brutal political assassination. This was, I think, a sign to us all that I think they think that it was going to make us shut up. I think they thought it was going to silence us. I think they thought it was going to stop us in our tracks. They're completely wrong. The movement is energized, mobilized, and galvanized.
Oh, it was after they killed Kirk that Trump went on this. This is a little piece of art, a really nice memento, and when you order for $100 an InfoWars war bond, it gets mailed to you with a one-time promo code you use. So when I show these on air, whoever puts one of these in first gets $110. But when it comes in the mail, you can use it once for $110 in the store. And then it's a nice memento to know that you supported the operation in such a key, critical time. Alex Jones War Bond, $110. Redeem your $110 war bond right now. Just enter the gift code below at checkout, and it will then pay for your purchase, and then you get to keep the war bond to hang on the wall. A nice little memento. Get your Alex Jones war bonds right now, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So $770 right here for whoever watching live puts in one of these codes first. You get $110 to spend in the store. But for everybody else, they also make great gifts. You can also watch the show at thealexjonesstore.com. There's a listen live area right there with the streams. Thealexjonesstore.com. And even if the globals are successful at shutting down InfoWars, which they're not going to be, I believe, in a celebration of the Alex Jones Store officially being open for business for 1 year, we're launching the Life is Fire with Its Beauty 1-year anniversary fundraiser sale. For this week only, all shirts and hats are just $25, not $35. Plus, we're giving everyone a free $11 to spend on the store this week at checkout. And it doesn't stop there. All orders of Ultimate Burn, an incredible natural weight loss formula, are 50% off to celebrate the fire of liberty burning within the heart of every info warrior. Be the reason, as Chase Geiser says, we will always be on the air. And I humbly and respectfully thank you for all of your support.